What's good, everybody? It's Friday. You know that means it's time for another episode of Access Granted Acapellas and Acoustics. Your boy, Mr. Antoine, is in the building, man. Hope everybody has had a great week thus far. And of course, this is Memorial Day weekend coming up, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to a nice 4 or 5 days off. I might even hit him for 6. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. But I got my brother, man. My dude is in the building with me today, man. Aquil, Mizan, bro. Welcome to the show, man. It's an honor and a privilege to have you up here, my brother.
Oh man, it's a blessing to be here, bro. Thanks for considering me, bro.
Man,
definitely appreciate it.
No doubt, bro. I was thinking earlier, man. I make my little stops in the morning on the way to work, man, and come in there and kick it for about 10-15 minutes. We talk about anything from basketball to hip hop and everything in between, man. And of course, I've been a fan of your work since back in the day. Was it last year when I pulled out the classics and I ended up bringing them to you because you said you couldn't find them joints no more?
Yes, sir. I definitely appreciate that too.
Yeah, no doubt.
That definitely was a blessing.
Man. Yeah, definitely a fan of your work, man. And it's crazy. I was thinking about the connection, how we met. I don't know if we met through me stopping through your job first, or if I met you first at one of the events that E the Poet MC used to do, and then started coming through your job. I couldn't remember that.
If my memory has served me correctly, it's kind of both. It was, I don't remember what event, but it was a time when probably around like 2007, 8, in there, whatever. And I would, when E would print up the flyers for the different events,
right? I
would oftentimes, hand the flyers out, either outright or sometimes I would just, put them in people's bags at work.
Yeah.
So, and I remember I think that's what it was. And then you came. I don't remember, which event it was, but
I know it was a joint that I think he was doing monthly, and I can picture the venue, but I can't think of the name of the venue. I just know it was like a real nice, dark, intimate spot. And I came and checked it out, man. And we got some years on us, bro. We've been kicking it, man. And it's always love every time we cross paths, man. And you're a real genuine dude. So, I like having brothers like you on my team, man, that I can, just reach out to and, ask to do stuff like this, man, and put all of this dopeness that you got. I was hoping that you had your saxophone with you, but I don't see the saxophone today. So
no, not this time. But if maybe another time. I have been working on it. I'm working on it.
Plus, man, I know I've said this to you a couple of times, but like, bro, I love coming to your job in the morning. Always got the classics rocking, bro. I can come in there, I can hear the OJs, I can hear some Al Green, some Earth, Wind. Yeah, I don't know what determines what you're playing at that time, but it's always an amazing vibe for you know what I'm saying? Bro, if you ever decide to sell your music collection, bro, just tap in with me, man. I might have to slide a few dollars your way, man, because the catalog of music that you have is amazing, bro. Amazing. There's even been some times when I've been in there, man, and you've been playing stuff that ended up being like classic like sitcom intros and stuff like that, man. And I'm listening.
Oh, right.
Back there getting my coffee, like, yo, is he really playing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would love to just come look through your stuff one day, man, because I'm pretty sure you have anything on vinyl and stuff like that as well.
I don't have a record player, but I actually do have years before he passed, my pops had gave me his records. Okay. And one of the things it wasn't surprising, but it was fascinating to me that not knowing all of the records that he had, as I flipped through them, it turned out that a lot of stuff that he had on vinyl, I had on CD, not knowing that, you know what I mean? But I get it from, I definitely attribute, my mom's love music too, but I've always attributed a lot of my musical sensibilities, whatever, to my, to my pops. But shout out to my mom too, because she loved the music as well.
I think we all, as we were coming up in those, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, I know for me, it was always being over my aunt's house, man. And, the grown-ups being in the house, being grown-ups, and the little kids, we outside being kids,
Right.
And you run in, you know, to grab some water or something, and you got all kind of classic music playing in the background, man. And you know, that's probably a reason why I'm like an Earth, Wind and Fire and a Teddy Pendergrass fan to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, and along with, you know, I could name a million of them, but that's the time when I really started, you know, honing in on the music, man. It's been, you know, 52 years old, and I still love all of that stuff that I grew up on, man. So, you know, shout out to all of those adults back in the day, man, that used to keep it real grown and, you know, taught us to appreciate that music, man. Definitely.
Right. Shout out to hip hop too for helping us reconnect with a lot of that stuff that, you know, a lot of us didn't know about. That's a lot of times we don't. I mean, people know that, but a lot of times it's something that hip hop don't get credit for. It's like really help connect us and even the next generation to a lot of music that we either didn't know about or, you know, didn't really connect with the way that you know, that our parents did. But you know, hip hop helped connect. You know, a lot of us. Like I when Rakim said, even if it's jazz or the quiet storm, I hook a beat up, converted into hip hop form.
Yeah.
For me, that was like a GPS for locating. Seriously though, I mean, not that GPS existed then, but that was basically like a GPS for locating, you know, dope music, dope samples, and that was huge for me. Shout out, you know, to God Rakim, you know what I mean? But yeah.
And shout out to Puffy, because I think Puffy was the sample king at one time.
Right. Definitely.
I don't know if that dude ever did an original beat in his life. Shout out to Diddy, man. All right, man. So y'all know how we do, bro. I'm gonna pick this up off here, man, and put you in solo mode. I'm gonna let you do your thing and rock out, and then, man, we'll come back and we'll chop it up a little bit more before we get out of here. Everybody, okay. I'm gonna introduce to you my brother, Akil Mizan. Let's go, bro.
Once again, I'm asking my corner man, Lord, should I engage in emotional pugilism? In other words, should I fight this feeling? I'm like the song on any Heartbreak album by New Edition. If it is in love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Has someone ever crossed your path that seemed to have so many attributes that you would like in a person and you find yourself attracted to, seemingly too much and too soon, to a good fella that's happened to? How should we deal with mixed feelings? Should I act like they're not in me? How many of y'all would say probably, or that I should just laugh it off like comedy? Have you read the 30th chapter, verse 14 through 20 in Deuteronomy? Past pain keeps asking me, is it to be or not to be? That is the question, isn't it? And if you had a choice between a clean glass and a dirty glass, I believe you'll make the right decision. But my beloved family, let me ask your opinion. If you had a choice between a child of foolishness or a child of wisdom, which one would you choose? I like to believe you'd be wise, but how come what's good often seems too good to be true? You ever get nervous when you meet the kind of person you want? Me too. And wouldn't you think you feel more happiness when you come across one that seems like a potential king if you a sister, or for the brothers a potential queen? Lord, help me decide on Maliki Yom Medin, meaning master of this day of judgment, and reflect on this thought. Is my gut feeling just emotion? Should I follow my heart? Would you rather be crazy for someone, or would you rather be smart? I talk to the God the Father often, because for the good fella it's often hard to distinguish between inspiration and deceptive intelligence. Though I strive to rise above emotion, I'm learning feelings are not irrelevant. There are reasons beneath them. So I ask the master of this day of acquittal, this sister with whom I'm vibing, am I blinded by thinking it's wishful? I don't want to be single. Is it the ignorance of not really knowing her that makes part of me feel blissful? Me familiar. Experience can be the best learning tool. So I follow my heart and pray I'm not made into a fool. One thing I know, I don't want to lose this fight on the stool. I'd rather fight the good fight and learn from mistakes and deal with heartache or heartbreak because of moves I didn't make, but could have or felt I should have, or from opportunities I didn't take advantage of. Mizan can mean the balance of faith and works towards maximizing the chances of a righteous romantic love with the sister whose heart and mind I may want to win. Potentially Waliya, meaning a sister that's my protecting friend. I guess I trust my instincts and listen to the voice within. On Allah and self I depend, and then if I lose, it won't be because I didn't try or had options I refused to use. I follow my heart and pray I'm not made into a fool. One thing I know, I don't want to lose this fight on the stool. I'd rather fight the good fight and learn from mistakes than deal with heartache or heartbreak because of moves I didn't make.
You got a second one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So this piece is called A Fulfilling Emptiness. A Fulfilling Emptiness. I'm currently in reflection of traveling in the mid-90s to the destination of perspective, that within many blessings there were trials, and within many trials there were blessings. That's the preface. In the spirit of that verse in scripture, since she had faith, nothing was impossible. The ancestors guided and protected her. So consequently, as mommy, Sister Azali was phenomenal. We give thanks to the creator and the ancestors that from prenatal to the cradle, through all his teenage years, she was able to meet and overcome all obstacles in the path of parenthood. Then when her son Asante departed their home to go to college and further his education, we just knew she feels so much joy, relief, accomplishment, and to say the least, a predominant energy of celebration. And she probably felt all that. But I was surprised when our sister expressed feelings of void and emptiness. Then I began to understand the village residence that housed Mama and Baby Bird became somewhat of an empty nest. And her due diligence in doing her part to help the village raise her child, she sacrificed herself, being phenomenal by any righteous means necessary, as how she defined herself. Her man-child grew wings strong enough to do his own thing, missing complete, but now she has so much time to herself. To paraphrase E, she digs deep within. In other words, she minds herself, or should I say reminds herself. She must refine herself in order to refine herself. Praise Allah. She met and overcame a fulfilling emptiness when Mama and Baby Bird's residence became somewhat of an empty nest. Baby Bird, the man-child's wings grew strong enough to fly away from home. Alhamdulillah, she and the village raised a child. The trial is now she fluctuates between feeling lonely or at least somewhat alone. She truly does miss seeing, hearing, and feeling her child's energy and her space. But look, then she comes to realize it's like he's around the corner, a block away in earshot, because they both had smartphones and he posts all the meaningful events of his life on Instagram and Facebook. The question echoing in her mind and heart was, what am I to do now? Beloved, any good thing that you like to do was the answer. On social media, Phoenix Soul posted some real good data where she said you were someone before you were their mom, and that person matters. She met and overcame a fulfilling emptiness. She is phenomenal.
My brother. My brother. I always tell people when they watch these that sometimes they got to go back and watch it like 3 or 4 times to pick up on some stuff that they may have missed, and that's truly the situation here. And it's crazy that in that first verse you sung "If It Isn't Love" by New Edition, which I have to also mention is probably one of my favorite groups of all time, man. Shout out to NE, bro. When did you start writing?
I wrote my first rap in '85, not too long after Curtis Blow came out with Basketball. I've been writing with consistency since '85. I wrote a few little things before then, but that's when I wrote my first rhyme. And then I was in the 98 or so, 7, 8. That's when I heard about and saw the movie Love Jones, and that was my intro to spoken word. And I just started. I connected with it because as an MC, I still rhyme or whatever, not quite as much, but it's like sometimes it's easier for people to get lost in the flow and in the beat and in the music or whatever. But like with spoken word, it's just it's just words, so it's I feel like it's easier to connect, for long story short.
Absolutely, I understand. That definitely makes sense, man. And of course, I mentioned the saxophone earlier. You play the sax, man, and is that the only instrument that you play, or you dabble around with a few other things too?
No, that's it. That's
okay.
it.
Okay. But definitely a talented brother, man. And is there any other, like, you ain't dropped one in a while that I know of, man? Any projects in the works?
I'm about to get back in the lab.
Go.
Actually this Thursday. Begin working on something. Link up with one of my in Sean Torre's studio and begin working on something. That's something else I gotta get back because I got a whole bunch of projects, but I gotta get them online because I was I was still in CD mode. You know what I'm saying? I was, did the last one, so I gotta catch up and get all the joints on online.
Yeah, shout out to Sean Torre. That's the dude right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dope MC, dope producer, dope brother for real.
Dope man as a whole, bro. Like a real dope visual man.
Shout out to I know we shot him earlier, but shout out to Edie Poe and MC too. Just a whole bunch of stuff that if I ain't I think we did mention him earlier, but I gotta shout out, big up my brother.
Yeah, man. This is the Baltimore, man. I feel like is the epicenter when it comes to spoken word and poetry, bro. Like we got so much dopeness here, man. It's absolutely amazing, bro. Shout out to my man Black Chakra.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. I ain't even gonna start naming names, man, because it's so many of them that I really like, man. I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of them here. Shout out to my girl Paula Shakespeare and Lady Glory, that came through and blessed us, man. So yeah. So you definitely got to keep me in the loop, man, and let me know, because I'm gonna support the project to the fullest, man. And actually around that time I can bring you back up on the regular show and we can chop it up full length and talk about the project and some other stuff, man. We not gonna get a chance to touch on today, but I definitely appreciate you, man. Let everybody know how they can follow you on the social media and all that good stuff.
So it's Aquil Mizan. That's AQUIL MIZAN. AQUIL MIZAN on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I still laugh when I come into your spot and people call you Sean, bro.
It's a long story because it's
I get it.
That's my born name.
I know, I get it.
And it's just it's so much that could be said, but I don't for the most part I take it as if that was the way people were introduced to me, right? I leave it alone because a lot of people know me as that, so I'm not mad at it.
Of course, you were actually Sean when I met you. I actually was calling you Sean in the beginning, and then I can't remember when exactly it was that I noticed the name change. But when I noticed it, I tried to be cognizant of it when I came in. And I think I slipped up a couple of times and still called you Sean. But I know it's been my man Aquil, pound under the glass,
Right.
It's all good. Hey, bro, I definitely appreciate you, man. It's always love, bro.
Likewise.
Yeah, no doubt. People, man, continue to follow Access Granted, the pod stream on YouTube, on Facebook. Continue to follow us on all of our social media, man. Make sure you like and subscribe and share and all of that stuff, man, because the reason that I do this platform, man, is just to get people like this brother out there, man, to the world. And this is just my little part of being able to do it, man. So just continue to support. Yeah, and that's about it, man. Happy Memorial Day, to those of you that celebrate. Thanks everyone for their service, and all of that good stuff, man. Everybody have a safe weekend. I'm gonna say what I've been saying for the past few weeks. Baltimore, put the damn guns down.
Yes, sir.
Baltimore, put the damn guns down. I feel like I'm kicking a dead horse, but I feel like I have to say it, man, because we're beyond ridiculous at this point. But on that note, man, we'll see you guys next week. Everybody enjoy and have a safe and happy weekend, man. We out.